Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the Trecena of Toj. Now, of course, we could look at the Trecena of Toj as giving us 13 days of giving, 13 days of service, 13 days of making our offerings to give back for what we've received. But there's some really interesting things which are happening during this Trecena, which are kind of like a little bit outside of just the regular calendar part of it, as it were. Because in this Trecena, we will have the spring equinox, or the March equinox as we maybe should call it, and we will also have the reappearance of Venus as the morning star. Now, because of this, I'm actually going to be going on a journey. I'm going to go back to El Mirador again. I'm going to make that 6-day trek to watch Venus rise as the morning star from the top of one of the pyramids at El Mirador, because it seems like a good thing to do. And because of that, that's going to mean that my daily posts are only going to go to the Four Pillars website, the Four Pillars Facebook page, Instagram page, and Blue Sky page. So if you're accustomed to picking them up on one of my other pages or one of the other pages that I post to on social media, you'll see that they won't be there for a few days, because when I'm in the middle of the jungle, I can't do that kind of thing. So please, kind of like check in with the Four Pillars Facebook page or website or whatever if you want to stay up to date to the daily postings. So we're going to start the Trecena on the day 1 Toj, of course. We could see this as a new form of giving, a new way of giving. Perhaps there's something you've been thinking about for a while, some form of service that you wanted to provide for people around you, helping people out or something, kind of like beginning to redress the balance in one way or another. Well, this would be a great day to start it. This would be a great day to be working on it. Now, it's something which we may see that we don't kind of like always know what's going to happen, how to do it. Maybe we need some advice, maybe we need some fertilizer, some nutrients to make that little seed of service grow. And so maybe it'd be a good time to be sort of aligning yourself and talking with people that have already done something similar. So if you had an idea about a way that you might be able to help in the world, 1 Toj would be a great day to kind of like get it out there, but also to seek the advice of those who've been in a similar position before. From 1 Toj, we would then move to Tz'i. So Tz'i, then a while of faith and unconditional love and loyalty and guidance. And here with the number 2. And the number 2 giving us the choices, the decisions between 1 and 0, between, kind of like one thing and another. And in this way, we can certainly understand, well, this is kind of like something which can help us to see the difference between what we have faith in, what we don't have faith in, what we love unconditionally and maybe what we don't, maybe what we love conditionally. The number 2 can also represent relationships. And here, with Tz'i, the unconditional love that comes in, is this something which kind of like how are we employing our unconditional love into our relationships? It may also be a day of choices with regards to paths that we follow when it comes to our vices. If we've got some, if we've had some and that kind of thing. Because, kind of the Tz'i days, sometimes they're going to bring up temptations. And with the 2 Tz'i, it might be very, very contrasted between one path and another path. Is this a path of unconditional love, or is this a path of something else? And I suppose we could also bring that back into the understanding of service. It's like, are we being of service through unconditional love, or is it for some other reason? Perhaps that might come very clearly on the day 2 Tz'i. From 2 Tz'i, we then move into 3 bats. So we have bats, then a while of creativity, and here with the number 3, and it's kind of an interesting combination because the 3 can sometimes kind of like, it's a little bit more introverted, and bats of course is usually very, very extroverted. The 3 gives us pause to work within ourselves, gives us an understanding of kind of like time to be spent within the home, is to look within for our creativity on the day of 3 bats. So maybe this would be a good day to be doing creative projects around your home, but also kind of like look within you as to what you're really creating out there in the world. From 3 bats, we then move into 4 a good solid day for a journey. Now 4 this year, for most of us I think, is the day on which the March equinox will fall. It's about 3 a.m. Guatemala time. So, like, this is a great day, of course, for ceremony. And, here, if we look at it with 4 yes, we are, making our ceremony for the equinox, the journey between the dark and the light, as it were, because, in the springtime, in the northern hemisphere anyway, we're moving from the darker side of the year to the lighter side of the year. We are seeing, those nights getting shorter rather, the nights drawing out, as it were. So we get to see the kind of like that change happening very rapidly around about the equinox time. And of course, we see this in many ancient structures where they're aligned to the equinox. Now, with regards to 4 we're looking at the journey, the path, the road, but here with the number 4, the physical reality. And so it's a great day, if you're going to make a journey, then 4 will be a really, really good day to do it. And we can also see, kind of like this is about the physical journey. It's about getting stuff done, putting down the foundations of how we're going to move forwards, what we're going to explore and how we're going to explore it. And so, kind of if you do have to make a journey, then 4 might be a great day for it. On days, I often go back to this idea of asking for a smooth path, a clear path, to open the way for us. So sort of like if you've got any physical obstructions on the way, 4 would be a great day to ask for the removal of any physical obstructions to your journey. From 4 we then move into 5 So we have representing the harmony in the community, representing leadership, representing our homes and our families. And here with the number 5, representing work, representing putting our energy, putting our effort into what it is that we're doing. And so with 5 this is really time to be putting some energy into your community, very much aligned with this Trecena of Toj, because that's really what it's all about. Now, I often see as the one with the courage and the strength to stand up straight for what is required of it. And in this way, we can see kind of like sometimes that's going to be hard work, isn't it? And 5 is a great day to be doing that. It's kind of interesting as well because 5 has sometimes they can rush into things because 5 wants to get to the destination. And Ach is very measured in its ways. And so it's kind of like this nice balance between the drive of 5 to get things done, to get to the destination, and the groundedness of Ach to make sure that things are done in the correct manner. From 5 Ach, we then move on to 6 Ish. So Ish, the Nawal of Mother Earth, the Nawal of the temples, the Nawal of the sacred sites. And here, combined with the number 6, representing the physicality, but the connection to the heart of the sky and the heart of the earth coming into it as well. This brings great stability. Now, with Ish, one of the things that I feel is this is kind of like about remembering how we can work with Mother Earth, how we can show our gratitude to her, how we can ask her, and how she supplies everything that we need, everything that's around us comes from the heart of the earth. And so within our time of gratitude, this would be a great day to make an offering to Mother Earth. We could also see it as, kind of like giving thanks for the stability that what she brings to us, brings to our families, with the number 6 representing family as well. So, of course, it would be a fantastic day to physically visit a sacred site, in order to ask for those kind of things. Of course, a great day for ceremony, and a great day to work out, how you can give back. Maybe in this time of service, it's something as simple as clearing up the beach near you, or like the local environment, in order to really show your gratitude. From 6-ish, we then move into 7 Tz'ikin. So we have Tz'ikin representing the birds, Tz'ikin representing the vision, and here, with the number 7 representing like the journey to the top of the pyramid. There's a finality to it. And finalizing the vision comes as kind of like a phrase that I could associate with 7 Tz'ikin. Now there's also choice involved, because when you're standing on top of the pyramid, you can see all around you. And maybe it's like choosing your vision, as we go through, and especially, I don't know whether this is, a function of, our interconnectedness now, a function of, kind of like the amount of information that we take in every day, but we see a great deal of choices. Which way are we going to go? Which vision are we going to go with? We're given so many possibilities, so many possible visions that we can have. The 7 is a good day to kind of make your mind up on things, really, because, kind of like 7s can leave indecision if we don't. And so, kind of like from your vantage point, maybe this would be a good day to be assessing, kind of like what is being put in front of you, and work out which vision it is that you actually want to go forward with, which vision it is that you actually want to choose. From 7 Tz'ikin, we then move to 8 Ajmak. Now, according to the sources that I've been seeing, this will actually be the day of the inferior conjunction of Venus. This will be the day when Venus sits directly between the Earth and the Sun. And going back to the 8 Ajmak day, now 8 days are always good days for ceremony. Well, we're in the Trecena of Toj, so all days in that Trecena are going to be a good day for ceremony. But it's also about, with the Ajmak, accepting our humanness, of forgiveness, of making things right. And so, ceremonies for forgiveness, of course, 8 Ajmak is going to be a perfect day for it. So if there's something that you're holding on to, maybe for too long, maybe there's something that you need to let go of to the fire, then 8 Ajmak would be a great day for it, like to relieve yourself of burdens of shame or blame or guilt. Kind of like releasing those things in service, releasing those things to the fire. And so, kind of like accepting our own humanity, our human nature, and that of everybody else's, with a very strong intention to the fire. Making our offerings to say, right, okay, I've been carrying this around me for too long. It's time to let go. So, we make our offering to give back in order to clear those things from ourselves so that we can move forwards. From 8 Ajmak, we then move into 9 Noach. So a lovely balanced combination with the rather feminine 9 and the rather masculine Noach coming together. The 9 can be seen as the number of life. It can be seen as the number of the feminine. And here, when combined with Noach, the problem solver, the intellect, the intellectual genius, as it were, the one with the knowledge. And it's like, if we see kind of like Noach as the problem solver and the 9 as life, it's kind of like solving the problems in life. Now this might be part of our service, this might be what we're working with, kind of like, what better service can we be than solving life's problems around us? And of course that doesn't just mean about our life, that means the lives of the people in our community. How can we use the knowledge, the intellect that we carry in order to solve life's problems? From 9 Noch, we then move into 10 Tijax. So, again, a wonderful day. Tijax, then a while of healing, then a while of the obsidian blade, cutting through to the truth, cutting through to purification. Tijax is here to clean up the world, to cut away the mundane, to cut away the, kind of like the disease, as it were, in order to really clean things up and to cut through, to bring out the essence of the divine within. Now, this, of course, leads to healing, and here we have it with the number 10, representing community. And so, kind of like the 10 Tijax can be very much seen as a very powerful community healing day. And again, in this Trecena of service, what might be a better way of embracing the energy of that day than working in some capacity towards community healing, towards community clearing and cleaning and clearing up, kind of like tidying things up to bring out the beauty of our community and the world around us. From 10 Tijax, we then move into 11 Kawok. 11 Kawok, Nawal of the rain. I don't think we're going to get any rain today, but I was expecting it to be a bit sunnier than this, I have to say. But Kawok being, again, the one that brings life forwards, the one that brings new life into the world, the Nawal of the rain, acting as the midwife to the resurrection of the corn. It's a great day to wash away what has been cut by Tijax, to kind of like complete the healing work that was done on Tijax with the next day of Kawok. If Tijax is the surgeon, Kawok could be the aftercare, and it's compassionate and kind, yet still forceful and strong. It's still going to make sure that we get through the healing process. Now here, combined with the number 11, brings a very strong day, because Kawok is a strong Nawal itself. And, kind of like the 11, we can see going in many different directions. And so it could be sort of seen as addressing many different matters that need healing. And again, this, kind of like fits in very nicely with this idea of service within this Trecena. How can we serve in multiple directions in order to bring new life into the world? From 11 Kawok, we then move into 12 Ajpu. So we have on this day 12 Ajpu, the day of Venus reappearing as the morning planet. It is one of the days that's catalogued in the Dresden Codex. There'll be a separate post about that. So look out for that on that day 12 Ajpu, because it's, kind of like explaining more about it. And so when Venus returns, we see it's the light coming back to the world. It's a sun bearer. It's drawing the sun up and revealing what's been hidden in the darkness. So it can also be a tempestuous time. They sometimes talk about the fall of leaders when Venus rises as the morning star. So there's that possibility. Again, have a look at the other post that I will have done on that day to get more detail about that. Now, we see it happening on this day 12 Ajpu. So Ajpu we can see as the quest for the divine. Ajpu, the hero that's within us, the hero, the higher aspects of ourselves that we're working towards. We could see it as representing our connection with our ancestors and our spiritual path. And here today we see it connected with the number 12, representing bundling together of our experience. So it's like bundling together our life experience in order to guide us on our heroic path. Now that sounds like a rather auspicious day for taking on such matters. And, kind of like sometimes to be the hero, as it were, in whatever capacity we might think of with that, can be very much about facing challenges. The heroes in whatever story or whatever movie that are most beloved by us, they're always facing what might seem like the impossible task, the impossible challenge. But the hero sometimes or somehow finds it within themselves to do the impossible. And here it would suggest that drawing on your previous experience might be what you need in order to overcome what might seem like an impossible task that stands between you and your higher purpose in life. Now, of course, in this Trecena of Toj, in this Trecena of service, we can also see it in that way. What past life experience can I draw on to bring out the higher aspects of myself in order to serve those around me, in order to look after the people around me. 12 Ajpu may well bring that out, may well bring the challenges that call on your experience in order to do that. And then finally, we're going to end up this Trecena on the day 13 Imox. So, Imox representing the waters, representing the great ocean, representing our connection to the collective and the collective consciousness. And here we have it turned all the way up to 13. Imox can very much represent the dreams and the dream world. And, kind of like Imox is connected enough to stuff. It doesn't need more connection. It's already feeling what's going on around it. It's hugely empathic. And here, with it connected with the number 13, well, we can see that it's going to be a very, very sensitive day. Feeling everything that's going on around you. You imagine, like I often think, if the little hairs on our bodies are like little psychic antennas, and they're all turned up to 13, this is a wonderful day to be disconnected from, kind of like the media, to be disconnected from, kind of like all of that information around us, because we're already feeling what's going on around us. Now, if we see Imox as a dream, and we see the number 13 as representing spirit, or representing the ancestors, we can also understand that this might be a day of dreaming. This might be a day when the dreams that help us to understand how we can be of service may flow to us very easily. Kind of like this is a great day of lucid dreaming and those kind of things, simply because it would be so connected. So, as I say, this is a great thing to be focusing on. And, if you need to disconnect, if you need to go and remember what dream the ancestors had for you, then perhaps being by the water might help us to discern that better. Okay? So, as I take my journey, I will endeavour to make the video for the Trecena. It might be a little bit thrown together because I won't have my usual tools available to me, but I will get it there so that you'll have one in 13 days' time. I hope that will work out well for you. And in the meantime, I'll see you when I get back from Mirador. Thank you.